हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिविचार्य सुत्रसत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अबे चरण रविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, आनंद कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, नवदीप धाम की, श्री जगन्नाथ स्वामी की, यमुना माई की, श्रीमती तुलसी देवी की, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pasthaya Bhutle Srimate Bir Krishna Goswami Niti Namne Namo Hamsa Nikashaya Prabhupada Priyate Shrudikta Shruti Nishtapem Tasya Vakyanuvadine. Okay, Hare Krishna and good morning to everyone. Hare Krishna. Welcome to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are welcome to all our Mayapur online TV viewers, coming to you live from Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple in North Sydney, Australia. And welcome to all our viewers on ISKCON Sydney YouTube and Facebook. So this morning we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 27, and it's titled Understanding Material Nature. And we are reading from text 27. Yes. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Prayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Okay. Yaddevam Atyatma Rataha Yaddevam Adhyatma Rataha Kalena Bahu Janmana Sarvatra Jata Vairagya Abrahma Bhuvanan Munihi Yaddevam Adhyatma Rataha Kalina Bahu Janmana Sarvatra Jata Vairagya Abrahma Bhuvanan Munihi Yaddevam Adhyatma Rataha Kalina Bahu Janmana Sarvatra Jata Vairagya Abrahma Bhuvanan Munihi. Yaddevam Adhyatma Rataha Kalena Bahu Janmana Sarvatra Jata Yadevamatyatma rataha kalena bahujanmana sarvatra jata vairagya abrahma bhuvanan munihi yadevamatyatma rataha kalena bahujanmana sarvatra jata vairagya abrahma bhuvanan munihi yadaivam adhyatma rataha kalena bahujanmana sarvatra jata vairagya abrahma bhuvanan munihi. Ladies. Yadaivam adhyatma rataha kalena bahujanmana sarvatra jata vairagya abrahma bhuvanan munihi yadaivam adhyatma rataha kalena bahujanmana sarvatra jata vairagya abrahma bhuvanan munihi. Okay. Yada, when, evam, thus, adhyatma, rata, engaged in self-realization, kalena, for many years, bahu janmana, for many births, sarvatra, everywhere, jata vairagya, detachment is born, abrahma bhuvana, up to Brahma Loka, muni, a thoughtful person. So we've got the translation and the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, the translation for this morning's shloka: when a person thus engages in devotional service and self-realization for many, many years and births, he becomes completely reluctant to enjoy any of the material planets, even up to the highest planet, which is known as Brahma Loka. He becomes fully developed in consciousness. So we can all repeat: when a person thus engages in devotional service and self-realization for many, many years and births, he becomes completely reluctant to enjoy any one of the material planets, even up to the highest planet, which is known as Brahma Loka. He becomes fully developed in consciousness. Okay, so the purport. Anyone engaged in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is known as a devotee. So if you want the definition of a devotee, that's it. A devotee is anyone engaged in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is known as a devotee. But there is a distinction between pure devotees and mixed devotees. There's a distinction. There are two types of devotees. One is a pure devotee and one is a mixed devotee. So a mixed devotee engages in devotional service for the spiritual benefit of being eternally engaged in the transcendental abode of the Lord in full bliss and knowledge. A mixed devotee engages in devotional service for the spiritual benefit and knowledge. In material existence, when a devotee is not completely purified, he expects material benefit from the Lord in the form of relief from material miseries, or he wants material gain, advancement in knowledge of the relationship between the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the living entity. So he's after something, basically. Or knowledge as to the real nature of the Supreme Lord. When a person is transcendental to these conditions, he is called a pure devotee. So we'll talk a little bit about what a pure devotee is later. He does not engage himself in the service of the Lord for any material benefit or understanding of the Supreme Lord. Actually, I'll just say it, a pure devotee doesn't have any material desires. None, zero. That's what a pure devotee is. He does not have any desires for any material gain at all. All he wants is to serve Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna. No personal material gain whatsoever. That's a pure devotee. He has no material desires. There's absolute absence of material desires. So his one interest is that he loves the Supreme Personality of Godhead and he spontaneously engages in satisfying him. So, anyone there yet? Pure devotee? Anyone there who doesn't have any material desires? Not. It's a secret? Okay. It's a good question, a good way to answer it. It is said that there is very rare in the material world. It's rare to have pure devotees. Example of pure devotee would be the gopis, Radharani, very high level, Yashoda Mai. And then we have the Mahajans, Lord Shiva, Bali Maharaj, the Sanatan Kumars. They are our authorities, but pure devotional level is very difficult to achieve. So what we do is we try to follow the footsteps of the gopis if one is aspiring for pure devotional service. However, that is a very high level, but we never should claim to be a gopa or a gopi. However, we can learn and beg and pray to them. So, and that's really high level. We follow in the footsteps of the gopis. So how to follow the footsteps of the gopis is to read about the gopis, how they serve Krishna. So I will have a little bit of, I personally love the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I've got 2 chapters today from the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to impart and possibly to learn myself, because I don't read it all the time. So it will be a refresher for me as well. But it does have some mention of the gopis and how we can follow their footsteps, or at least think along those lines, and purify ourselves and aspire to get to a pure devotional service level, which is ways to go. Because right here it is mentioned it takes many years and many births. So I don't know how many births we have already taken. Maybe you know. I don't know how many births I've taken. Anyone knows how many births we've taken? No idea. Heaps. We might have been a little ant. We might have been a little cockroach. Who knows where we came from. So, and then we might have taken human births, life after life, and trying our best. So many births. And how many Kalyugs and how many Satyugs have passed, how many cycles we've lived through, we don't know. There are many cycles. So, and we are still trying and we are still here. So, aspiring for pure devotional service. So, we are really lucky that we were born at a time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, because he only comes once in Lord Brahma's day. And Lord Brahma's day is, I cannot calculate it, with so many millions of years. So, Lord Krishna comes every Dwapar Yuga. So he does advent, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only once. So 500 years ago. So we've only missed him out by 500 years. So we still have very fresh teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which we will read. I will read to you today. And that really is the key to becoming a pure devotee, reaching a pure platform, because that's spreading the love of Lord Krishna. And how you can, receive that love and learn and become a pure devotee and then extend yourself to that state. So I will read that today. So let's continue from there. the highest example of pure devotional service is that of the gopis in Vrindavan. Okay, so here we read that the highest example of pure devotional service is that of gopis in Vrindavan. They're not interested in understanding Krishna, but only in loving him. So there's a difference between somebody you... welcome, Valentina. Hare Krishna. There's a difference between somebody that you want to know and somebody that you love. There's actually a difference. They are not interested in understanding Krishna. They just want to love him, that's it. That's how we have our attitude towards God is, God is unlimited. We cannot explain the power of God. No one really understands him. So there's no use really. And he even mentions in the Bhagavad Gita, what's the use of knowing all this knowledge? Just worship me or just be, humble or just be devoted to me and try to love me. Then that's really the whole point. You just love him regardless of trying to understand the limit of his powers and opulences. But I'm going to read to you about the opulences and the powers and the limits of Lord Krishna. I'm also going to read to you the beauty of Lord Krishna, because we are very attracted to Lord Krishna and we want to know what's so special about him. So I will read to you from our books to tell you why is Lord Krishna so attractive, what makes him so powerful, what makes him God, and why are we even interested in him, and why do we want to become a pure devotee of the Lord, and how does that help us in our material miseries and material life. So the platform of love is the pure state of devotional service. Unless one is advanced to this pure state of devotional service, there is a tendency to desire elevation to higher material position. So what this is actually trying to tell us is that if we aspire for material position, like, a higher title, higher money, wealth, so many numbers of followers, fame, fortune, it doesn't mean that you won't get it. If you aspire for it, you will get it, because Krishna gives us free will. You will get it, but it's going to be temporary. And it's not going to, at the end of the day, it's not going to give you much happiness. As I say, you win $1 million, you win 1 million problems along with $1 million. That's what you have to pay a price for the $1 million. So you will get the material gain. So then what is it that we aspire for? We aspire for something that is higher than material gain, higher than material miseries, the problems that it comes with. And then we realize that we have to love God and he is eternal and there is no unhappiness there. So then we try to look for God and then we say, who is God? Then we read these books and it's Krishna. So our aspiration becomes something higher than material position. A mixed devotee may desire. Okay, so here we looked at a mixed devotee because we're looking at a mixed devotee and a pure devotee. So a mixed devotee may desire to enjoy a comfortable life on another planet with a great span of life. So another planet with a great span of life, one of the planets in the heavens. We know that there are lots of planets in the heavens. So one of the planets where you can enjoy. And the calculation is that 10,000 of our years will be the lifespan of someone in a heavenly planet. So they enjoy heavenly planet pleasures and happiness for 10,000 of our years, and then they have to come down to our planet again, and then try to go up again, and then down again, and up again, and down again. So it's better to go somewhere where you can eternally reside. You don't have to come up and down and up and down. So such as Brahmaloka. Brahmaloka is the highest planet. These are material desires, but because a mixed devotee engages in the service of the Lord, ultimately, after many, many lives of the material enjoyment, he undoubtedly develops Krishna consciousness. So you can take many, many, many lives and many, many births, but it's a really long process. If I tell you to go from point A to point B, you're going to look at the fastest possible route, right? So if you really want to, go to the real place, the real planets, eternally, you will go there faster than anything. You're not going to waste your time in one planet to another planet, one body to another body. So it's better just to call Krishna's name and go there. and just go to Krishna's place. And Krishna lives in a place where there is no returning, no turning back. So you go there. He undoubtedly develops Krishna consciousness, and the symptom of Krishna consciousness is that he no longer is interested in any sort of material elevated life. He does not even aspire to become a personality like Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is the creator of the universe. So he doesn't even want to be the creator. My spiritual master says that we can even become Lord Brahma. We can even become Lord Brahma. And there was a story. Okay, we'll just do a quick Mangal Charan before I do. So, explain. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, we're talking about Lord Brahma. He is the creator of the universe. And one day, when Lord Krishna had taken birth and was, in his kingdom, and he knocked on his door in his palace, Lord Brahma said, I want to see Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna was inside, and his guards came and told him, the creator of the universe is here to see you. Lord Brahma, as you know, has 4 heads. And it's very beautifully described in the teachings of Chaitanya, what he does, and I'll try to read it, maybe I will. And so Lord Krishna says, which Lord Brahma? Because Lord Brahma thought there's only one universe, there's only one Brahma. He didn't know that there are billions of universe and billions of Brahma. And so the guard went and asked Lord Brahma, who are you? Which Brahma are you? And he goes, I'm the Brahma. I'm the creator of the universe. I'm the father of the 4 Sanat Kumars. He has the 4 Sanat Kumars. He's 4 children who are very highly elevated personalities, who are very well known. He said, go and tell Lord Krishna that, it's me. And then Lord Krishna says, okay, tell him to come in. And he goes there with his 4 heads. He's got 4 heads. There's 4 brains. And he thinks he's the only one. And then he says to Lord Krishna, the guard said to me, which Lord Brahma? And so he asked Krishna, can you please tell me how many Lord Brahmas there are? And then what Lord Krishna does is summons up all the Brahmas, all the creators of all the universes all over, billions, not millions, billions. And some of these Brahmas, they all came at once. And some of these Brahmas had like a dozen heads, 1,000,000 heads, thousands of heads, can you imagine? Depends on the size of the universe, was the size of, the number of heads. And they all offered their obeisances to Krishna, clashed on the ground. And at the same time, and Brahma got really scared. And that's not all. Lord Krishna, this you may have read or may not, it's written in the teachings of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he called all the demigods as well. Demigods are like different gods, god of the wind, god of the fire, god of this, god of that. He called different demigods as well from different universes. And they were like millions. So I cannot imagine in a palace so many personalities from billions of places. How did the palace expand to such a, wide area? They all came, and it is described their helmets were like glittering and like even brighter than the sun. So such is the opulence, and that's Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna is sitting there like a humble person. Is a king of a small kingdom in our little planet. And he's the master of all the universes. So then our Lord Brahma, he felt very tiny and insignificant. He said, it's described, he felt like a mosquito amongst the rest of our creator, our universe felt this tiny. Apparently our universe is the smallest. So our Brahma is the most humble one out of all the Brahmas. And so we should, understand where we are. Where are we? So I thought from the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, first of all, I'll read a little bit about the opulences of Krishna and just tell you about a little bit about his vast expenses. See, I've got to scroll through. There's a lot to be written here. about the size of the universe, our universes, and the expansions of Krishna, and how these planets and everything came about, and where we are. It's really, really interesting. So if you want to see where it is, you go to Teachings of Chaitanya and read chapter 9. So I'm going to be reading a little bit from chapter 9 of the Teachings of Chaitanya. If you want to write the reference, it's up to you. But it's a really nice chapter to read if you want to know about our universes and the sizes of it. So here, the Lord explained to Sanatan Goswami. He said how different spiritual planets are situated in the spiritual sky. The spiritual planets are different from our material planets. We are in a material planet, in a material universe. So our planets are small, tiny, compared to the spiritual planets. Spiritual planets is where Lord Krishna lives. It's known as Vaikuntha. So the spiritual planets are known as Vaikuntha planets. The planets of the material creation, which is us, have a limited length and breadth. So we can actually measure our planets. It's this size. But as far as Vaikuntha planets are concerned, because they are spiritual, there is no limit to their dimensions. It's huge, humongous, billions and billions. No one can actually measure it. So Lord Chaitanya informs Sanatan Goswami the length and breadth of every Vaikuntha planet is thousands of billions of miles. In other words, no one can measure. And each planet is unlimitedly expanded. In each of them, residents are full of all 6 opulences. So each resident, they have wealth, strength, knowledge, beauty, fame, renunciation, all. Every single resident. So we know that God has it all in full and complete form, the 6 opulences. He's most beautiful. I mean, if you are God, you will be most beautiful, most famous. God is known everywhere in everything. Whenever anyone is in problems, they call out God. He's famous, and most renounced. He can take you or leave you. He doesn't care because everything belongs to him anyway. Wealth, strength. He's most powerful. He's richest. Everything belongs to him. And knowledge. He knows about everything, inside out. He knows you perfectly, inside out. He knows where you've been, where you're going to go. What you've done in all your lives, every life, he knows. And what's going to happen, how everything, well, he's in every atom. He's in every living entity. So he knows everything. So all the knowledge. And then in the Vaikuntha planet, every single resident has that. All of the 6 opulences. So you want to go there, actually. You should aspire to go there. And how to get there, I'll talk about it hopefully quickly. I'll have some time to talk about it. In this universe, even the largest planet lies in only one corner of the outer space in our universe, only one corner. For example, the sun is millions times larger than the earth. It still lies in the corner of outer space. So if you can imagine how big the sun is, it's still one tiny corner. So all the vacant planets, they actually have, I will just skip through it, they have 3/4 of Lord Krishna's potency. And our material universes, all the material universes, all those billions of material universes, just 1/4. 1/4 of his potency. Whereas the spiritual planets has 3/4. So Vaikuntha is called Krishna Loka or Goloka Vrindavan, and that's where Lord Krishna lives. So I have got a bit of information for you. If those of us who didn't know this, because we know that there is Lord Shiva, the demigods, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, our creator, you'd think that they are lords, they created our universe, they will know about the Vaikuntha planets. They don't. It's written here that they cannot, even demigods like Brahma and Shiva cannot see the Vaikuntha planets. They cannot see the spiritual sky. Even they can't. And they cannot even estimate the number or the vast extent of the spiritual sky. Even Ananta, who is the immediate expansion of Lord Krishna, he cannot. The incarnation of the Lord's opulent strength cannot ascertain any limit to the Lord's potency or the area of different Vaikuntha planets. So you cannot imagine how powerful and how vast, and you cannot even measure the Lord. So I thought I'd read a little bit on that, just to give you an idea of our universes, how many universes there are, different spiritual planets, and where we stand, and where our little universe stands. It's just a corner. So we are very small. Okay, so let's go on to describing Lord Krishna's beauty, because why do we actually get attracted to Lord Krishna? Oops, sorry, not that one. I don't want that. Somebody's ringing me. This is not a good time to phone me. Okay, so beauty of Lord Krishna. I apologize for that. Beauty of Krishna. Okay, who is Lord Krishna? Why is he known as beautiful? So it's described. Krishna is known as Madan Mohan. Why? Madan Mohan means he conquers the mind of Cupid. Cupid is supposed to be, the god of love in every direction. He's like 1,000,000 times more powerful than Cupid. And he engages in a lot of activities with his devotees. And it is described, Krishna, Madan Mohan, he can, because he has the ability to conquer the mind of anyone. If you're God, you can conquer the mind, you can steal the mind of anyone, you can attract anyone. Attract in the sense devotional attraction. You feel like, he's God, and he will attract your mind. He even has the ability to conquer the minds of women. And it's described the pearls of necklace hanging on Krishna's neck. So Krishna is very well adorned, by the way. So he wears these pearls around his neck, and they are as white as ducks. And he has a peacock feather on his head. He likes peacock feathers. And it's colored like a rainbow. It's brilliant. I've seen a little bit in my dream, Lord Krishna's peacock feather. A little bit, just a glimpse, just a corner. And what I saw was amazing, because the color of his peacock feather alone diminished every other vision there. I could only see the glare of just the peacock feather. It's so colorful and brilliant. Our ordinary peacock feathers in our planet is nowhere near it. That's a spiritual vision, and it's brilliant, the colors, like a rainbow. And he wears that, and he associates with his friends. He freely moves amongst his friends like a cowherd boy. He takes a very simple, even though he's God, he's herding cows. And he plays his flute. And all living creatures, mobile and immobile, are overwhelmed with ecstasy just by listening to his flute. And as soon as his flute starts playing, they quiver and tears flow from their eyes. He is the master of all riches, all strength, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, all renunciation. And out of all these, he's perfect. So if you want to know what's most perfect about him, his perfect beauty is his conjugal attraction. Such perfect conjugal beauty exists only in the form of Krishna. Only in the form of Krishna, nobody else. The body of Krishna, the ocean of eternal beauty of youth. He is forever youthful, he never ages. He can be seen to move in waves of beauty. There's a whirlwind at the sound of his flute. I actually did hear the flute. I didn't hear the flute. I heard the melody in a dream of mine. And I saw, it was Srimati Radharani who is the melody of his flute. She hums. So if you think, who is it that is present in Lord Krishna's flute? Srimati Radharani. And I saw that she made everything melt, everyone, just like honey. And they were all very happy and just swaying with the flute music. The entire universe and creation was happy with the melody of the flute. We should all aspire, my Guru says we should all aspire to hear the flute music, all of us. That's a really high aspiration, actually. That's kind of like following the footsteps of the gopis, if you really want to know. Because gopis are the pure devotees. For those of us who want to know who gopis are the milkmaids, literally, of Lord Krishna. But they are Lord Krishna's best friends. And they love Krishna unconditionally. And they are pure devotees of the Lord. And they just want to listen to his flute music, nothing else. They love him. So if you want to know how to love Krishna. So they listen to the flute music, and those waves and the whirlwind makes the hearts of the gopis flutter like dry leaves on the trees. So it's a little bit poetic. When those leaves fall down at Krishna's lotus feet, they can never rise up again. So once you give your heart to Krishna, that's it. Bye-bye. Actually, Radharani says, there is no hope for those people who fall in love with Krishna. There's no returning, there's no coming back. No more hope in material or spiritual. You're gone. You're totally gone. You cannot unlove him after that. You love him forever and ever, and that's it. There's no returning after that. There's no hope. And so if he's not there, then you become really sad. Where is he? And you become in anxiety. And Radharani, she feels it the most. Separation. So it's hopeless after that. This is Radharani's sentiment. So such is the super excellent beauty of Krishna, the everlasting mind of all beauties. It is from that beauty all other beautiful things emanate. So if you're wondering why is the flower so beautiful, why is the sun so beautiful, why is the sea so beautiful, it all comes from God. And so if it comes from God, then just imagine how beautiful God is. So all these beauties, they come from the beauty of Lord Krishna. So, and then I wanted to talk about, there's other descriptions, we don't have time. There's just wonderful description of Lord Krishna's eyes. They are big and beautiful, and they resemble like lotus flowers. They're huge, and his face and his body is described as sweet, sweeter, and the sweetest. There is unlimited description of Lord Krishna's beauty. And that's what attracts everyone. He even attracts you in the form of a baby. Well, that was the first attraction I had when I saw him as a little baby. It's so cute. He came with the chubby cheeks in my dream, with big eyes. And you fall in love with him in just a microsecond, and then there's no turning back. So he's immensely beautiful. And every stage of his life, from baby to youth, after youth he never ages, obviously, but in every stage of his life you feel attracted. So then, how do we get there? That was the question. And so I'm going to read, we are already there, 1:45. So we don't have much time. So I'm going to have to really fast track. We get there by changing our heart. You know how you love somebody is that our heart changes towards them. It is the heart that loves someone. So how do you fix your heart, basically? To love Krishna is simply by calling him, calling out his names. So, for example, if you want money, you'll be like, money, 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 money. You'll always be calling money. If you want Krishna, if you want God, you'll be calling out Krishna, 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 Krishna. Yeah, Krishna. And he hears you. They say that you call Krishna, he will hear you. Even though he is million miles away, he is only as close as hearing you. He's within hearing distance of you. So you just call him Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is this is quite an extensive explanation, but I will just tell you in a nutshell. Calling that name means you want to be close to God. Not only want to be close, you are close with God. And your heart is actually purified, or your heart changes. Just by calling his name, your heart changes so much that you fall in love with him more and more and more and more and more. The more you call his names, the more you fall in love with him. And as soon as you call his names, you will notice immediate changes. First of all, you get happy. So you forget your miserable problems. You've been, a lot of mortgage to pay, your insurance, your car's had an accident, or your children are not listening to you, or whatever is happening in your life. You forget about all those problems. You just become happy because you are with God. But you are with someone who's so attractive, and you just automatically get filled with bliss and affection and love. You forget about your problems, and you are with Krishna. And that's really the only way. And then, obviously, chanting this Mahamantra, it liberates you. So that, our religion doesn't just tell you how to live happily. It always teaches you how to die happily. Because we are all going to live and die one day. But we don't want to go to any of the higher planets even. We don't even want to go to the heavenly planets. We want to go to Vaikuntha, Lord Krishna. In order to get there, we have to develop the love for him. Become a pure devotee. And then he'll call you back. And you'll never return and you'll never be unhappy. However, Krishna is always up to his tricks and, his activities in the Vaikuntha planets. And, it's 100% goodbye to your material woes and problems. You never, never, ever look back. And you play with Krishna, or you love Krishna, or you, like Radharani, you fight with him, or whatever it is you want to do, whatever kind of service you want to do. The ladies who are making garlands, you can make garlands in the spiritual world. It's a very good service. You just play with flowers all day and then you put them on Krishna. Or you have water sports. I was reading about water sports with Krishna. He goes in the water and he swims with his mates, gopas, and the ladies. And so beautiful pastimes, the water pastimes. Or he sits down and eats with you. Or you cook for him. And these are personal relationships, personal activities you are doing with God. But not here in the spiritual planets. And you aspire to go there, and the only way you can do that is you love him. And so there's no really, nothing else you have to do, you just call his names. It's a really easy method. You call his names. Very easy. We've got it really easy. You just have to do that you just keep calling him. Obviously, he responds to other names too. So if someone is calling him by another name, he will respond to you in that name also. He is not just limited to Krishna, obviously. Whichever name you call him by, he will respond accordingly. If you call him Chaitanya, did you know in the last class, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also in one of the Vaikuntha planets, the Shweta planets. So Gaura Leela is going on there. So you will be in the Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya. And there are different planets for different gods. You can go there in the Vaikuntha planets. So whichever name you call him by, he'll respond to you with that. Lord Ram has his own abode. So you go there. You can be one of his monkeys, monkey soldiers, if you want to. So I don't know what I want to do, but we do aspire. None of us really would know how we fit in God's plans, what we are to him, who he is, but we aspire to know, and then by the end of this life, hopefully, at the time of death, we know, oh, Krishna is a beautiful baby. I'm probably like his mother. I'd like to go and... So he gives you a chance to express that love for him, Krishna. So we'll stop there. I've got to go to work today, so I will take only one question or two. Yes. Yes.
Or he wants material gain,
Yes.
advancement in knowledge of the relationship between him and the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes.
Or knowledge to the real nature of the Supreme Lord. So my question is, isn't it fair for a devotee approaching the Lordships for relief from
Yes.
So how do we actually understand this statement of Prabhupada? He actually said that he obviously is referring to a mixed devotee.
Yes.
I mean, where does this can go?
Yes. So the question, that's a very good question, is that every devotee aspires, they want material relief, they've got problems. So where else will they go if they don't ask for material benefit or material relief? And obviously we want to know about our relationships with Krishna, so we go there. So then how do we understand this? Because we know that from the definition that a pure devotee or coming to a pure devotional service, we don't even care about our material miseries. We don't even want to know. So how do we understand that? It's really simple. Actually, if you really look at it, we are in a material body. This is a material world, and we have material problems. And we have to look up to God. So there is no, we don't frown upon that. You actually should go to Lord. It is said that there are 4 kinds of people who go to God. One, those who are distressed. One, those who are curious about God. One who wants wealth, material gain. And the other one is those who want knowledge about the entire creation. There are 4 kinds. So if you happen to be in that one category where you want material relief, you are in distress, obviously and definitely you should go to God. And that is a mixed stage. That is fine. There's no issues about that. Because after that, you come to Krishna, you chant, you purify your heart, and you progress. And you progress to a material, from material stage to hopefully a pure devotee. But out of many thousands and thousands and thousands of devotees, there's only one pure devotee. So there is a progress. But that doesn't mean that should dishearten you, because Srila Prabhupada gave us the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You can actually make it to the pure state just by chanting, because the purification process is there. Lord Krishna is present in his names. So in order to understand that you really should go to the Lord if you have material issues. And there's a lot of strength in power of prayer. There's a lot of power in prayer, lot of strength in prayer. So we should not just say, oh, I'm a mixed devotee, I want material relief. Never say that. Because God is supposed to be unlimitedly merciful. In other words, if you ask him for help, he will help you. If you are drowning, he will save you. So, if you are drowning, you call out his name. Definitely do it. Where else will you go? Because there was a story about this frog who was being trodden over by Krishna. Lord Ram was walking, and there was a little frog or something. And he goes, my Lord, if you squash me, where else will I go? What other shelter do I have? So, we have to. And Lord Ram removed, obviously, his foot. He helped the frog. This is a story somewhere in the Vedic scriptures. I've come across it. But where else will I go? Who else is going to give me shelter? If it's not God, who else? So no issues about that. You can be a mixed devotee. This mixed devotee was somewhat more applicable to those planets, those residents of the heavenly planets. They want to enjoy, there's apsaras there, they dance. They dance all day, they're in party mood. And then, lots of other nice things happen in the planet, but only for 10,000 years. And because they are enjoying themselves so much in the heavens, they forget about God. They're in the mood of enjoyment. So they are like mixed devotees. So I'd like to talk more. Like when Krishna goes to the heavenly planets for just a flower, he went there to return Lord Indra's mother's property, which was stolen by the demons, like the earrings and the umbrella and things like that. Like they were, obviously must have been something great about that umbrella or the earrings. And then when Lord Krishna does this favor, he is Lord Indra, the god of rain. Here it is the god of the planets. And basically he's the king of the heavens, Lord Indra. Here's your property that was stolen by demons. I'm returning it to you. And Lord Indra is happy. Thank you very much. And then he just takes a flower, Parijat flower, and the tree from his gardens to bring back to planet Earth. And Lord Indra gets mad. How dare you? This plant belongs in the heavens. It doesn't belong on planet Earth. So he's a mixed devotee. On one hand, he's looking for Krishna for, returning of his property that was stolen. And another side, he's saying, you can't take a little plant. So, and he starts fighting with Krishna over that. So those are mixed devotees. A pure devotee, you can take the flower, you can take the tree, you can take me, you can take my house. It all belongs to you. That's a pure devotee. I don't need the earrings, I don't need the umbrella, I need you. That's a pure devotee. Okay? Right, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, that's a good question. Why do we spend time in understanding Krishna if, if the gopis, they don't even want to know Krishna and they just want to love him? So why are we trying to learn? Well, this will come as a shock to you or it might not feel nice, but really we are very contaminated stage in Kali Yuga, in present day and age and material life. Our brains cannot fathom. We are very, like if you compare our brains and our body and our state of condition to those born in Satyuga, say, so many thousands of years ago, they are highly elevated compared to us and they have better understanding. So why do we want to know? Well, we want to teach ourselves. Who is Krishna? Who is God? We don't know. Like for example, if you are going to a shop to purchase something for winter's here, you're going to look at this wool, you're going to look at that jacket, you're going to look at this and you're going to compare, well, what is the real one? What is the best quality that I can get? What is the best quality? Provided you can afford the best quality. But similar with God, I mean, you will read the Bible, you'll read the Quran, you'll read the, what are the holy books, the Granth? Yes, you will read all of them. And you will say, well, who is the real God? Whose quality? Where am I going to get the actual God? Who is it? Who's unlimitedly merciful? Who we can love unlimitedly? So we are here because we are ignorant, we don't know. We need to be told. We need to be informed. And that information comes from disciplic succession all the way from Krishna himself, passed from generation to generation unchanged. So all the scriptures we are reading, it goes back thousands, billions of years ago. It's the same knowledge about our planets, about our Vaikunth planets, our universes. It comes from authority. And so we look at it and that's why we want to know. We want to understand where does Krishna live. We want to know, we want to understand who is God, what's his nature, what does he look like, how does he relate to us. And then we want to know, well, what is our position in how do we relate to God? How do we pray? I mean, do you even know? I don't know. I didn't know how do I pray? I was thinking one day, how do I pray to God? Then I realized you just say things as you feel from the heart, something that resonates from the heart. Yes. Yes, yes. 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 Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. So Mataji has said that we understand and we take this knowledge so that we can have the attraction for the holy names. When we chant, we really not bothered. Yeah, yeah. We do that, we learn about it so that we can develop attraction for God and his names, and we develop the love. Because a lot of people ask, well, I don't know if I love God. We don't know. Unless we understand. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. It could be. Yeah. He's hiding. So we try to reveal him. We try to move the curtains. Yeah, you fall in love. So basically you're teaching yourself how to love him, or you already love him. You're just removing the cobwebs, and then suddenly you see the light. Oh, I love God. Okay, so thank you for listening. Hare Krishna. May have a wonderful day. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम पुराण की जय, गुरुदेव की जय.